I think the sponsorship opportunity is a good idea. I mean, many bands do that. You know, they've got maybe the big corporate sponsor and they've got lots of little sponsors. And you can work out a lot of levels for that. You know, somebody who's willing to put this big amount is going to get a big name or executive producer credit, that kind of thing like that, all the way down to, you know, if you get 1 million people to send you $1, you know, you got $1 million for your film that way. I think when it comes down to marketing, you got two things. You can spend money or you can spend time. And that's the way to look at that. Many people always think they should just go buy an ad. And an ad costs money. It's very easy. Boom, you write the check, and you sit back and all the orders come rolling in. It just doesn't typically work that way. Advertising to me is the laziest way to market anything. Taking it to the street is the way to do it. So if you don't have any money to promote your film, then all you have is time. And so you use all of those forms of marketing that take more time. Going to film festivals, speaking at conferences, writing articles, writing publicity, building relationships with local media and wherever that media may be. Again, to be recognized as, so that you're, you know, a brand, if you will. And that stuff takes more time. That takes time. That takes work. It's easy to write the check. All those other kinds of forms of marketing take a little bit more time. But I'll be honest with you, those are the forms of marketing that work. Absolutely. I've been writing for years. I started writing for a very simple reason, to get free stuff. I discovered that if I could write a review of something, I would get that thing at either a significantly reduced price or for free. Absolutely 100% a mercenary reason. What I discovered was that suddenly that positioned me as some form of an expert in that area. And in those days, it was more my music side of things. And so I still continue to do that. Google my name. You might be surprised what you see. I write incessantly as a way to further what I do. Some of it I get paid for. I'm not at Matt's level, where he doesn't work for free. I do a lot of stuff for free still to this day. But it doesn't, comes back. So even though I didn't get paid a lot of money to work on the film Perfecto the Happy Accident, I did write 2 or 3 articles on that film, based on that film and the work I did for that, and ultimately got paid back in for that. But more importantly, that was just more marketing for my business and the kinds of things that I do with the audio post work and music work that I do. So that takes time, but it doesn't really take any money at all. I mean, you know, internet access and things like that I consider kind of part of the business overhead. So, you know, having to email a story or query an editor doesn't really cost anything, you know, in any real sense.
But what he's also saying is time is money.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so if you instead of spending your money, you're the equivalent of the time. Maybe, you know, maybe $1,000 and 15 hours of your time. Spend the 15 hours because it's probably better for you in the long term. And at some point you may reach, like Matt said, your time then becomes more valuable. And spending $1,000 is easier for you. So, you know, but you're starting out, 15 hours is easier to do than $1,000. So you have to balance it out. And then don't be afraid to try new things, even if it sounds very different or very, very out of the box type of thing. Do it. And marketing, again, you know, there's no. I always say, throw the 4 Ps and all those things out. Just throw it out. It's all for, you know, people who want to read textbooks. Just throw it out. Start with your heart and your mind. And then where do you think you can really sell it? Where is your passion? Can you demonstrate your passion to someone who's going to buy this from you? And start with that, and then work around it. And then, you know, that's always worked for me. So